If Mercury is 36 million miles from the Sun and 1 yard is equal to 3,600,000 miles, how many yards away from the Sun is Mercury in the scale model? When you see a model of a solar system hanging in maybe a science classroom or something like that, I mean, it kind of looks nice because you can see all the planets and stuff, but really it's not to scale. And so it really gives you a false sense of what the solar system is like. And this lesson really gives you a true sense. I mean, based on the relative size of the planets, we talk about the Sun being about the size of a bowling ball, and then the various sizes of the other guys. And then we're talking about spacing them out. So based on that scale, 1 yard is 3,600,000 miles. And you can actually create this model if you have a bunch of friends or family members and you gather together the objects, and then you can walk paces. Basically, one big step is 1 yard, and then you can actually make it. So let's go ahead and figure out how many yards away this Mercury would be from the Sun in the scale model. So let me write out the scale factor. It's 3,600,000 miles per 1 yard equals to, and we want to know 36 million to, and this is miles by the way, to x yards. So here's our proportion. And we're comparing miles to yards, so the units look good. Let's solve it. To solve it, you cross multiply. You get 3,600,000 times x equals, and then 1 times 36 million, so just 36 million. Then to solve for x, you divide by 3,600,000. You ever solved an equation with numbers this large before? So these are going to reduce out, and we get x equals 36 million divided by 3,600,000. This is an easy one to do mentally, but I'll show you on the calculator just to make sure it's right. So 3,600,000, you want to make sure you get the number of zeros correct. So that's 360,000, we need one more zero, and then one more, 36 million. Then divided by 3,600,000. Okay, so 10. So we're going to have 10 yards here. So that means if you're developing this scale model, you're going to have to stand 10 yards away holding the planet Mercury, which I believe is represented with a pinhead. So a pinhead is actually when you have not a needle, but a pin with a little round part on the top. And if you're not sure what that is, ask your folks and they can tell you. So there's your 10 yards. And there's another way to do this on the calculator that's a little bit easier. Instead of working with all these zeros, you can just go by millions. So you could say 36 million divided by, and 3,600,000 is actually 3.6 million. So you could just 36 divided by 3.6. And that's a little bit easier on the calculator, and making sure you got all these zeros right. 36 divided by 3.6. See, it's still 10. So that's an easier way to do these. You don't have to worry about all the zeros in the calculator. You can just do in terms of millions instead of with all these zeros. So that's still 10 yards. So go ahead and figure out the rest of these distances that you would have in the lesson. Have a little fun with it. Then you can have a true sense of space in our solar system.